Welcome to Caribbean Millennials.
I want you to know how to record. So, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, it's another episode of the Caribbean Millennials podcast. We are at episode 95. We rising up here, about
Getting
to be
closer to that
100.
100.
I have no plans.
No plans at all for 100. We're just winging it, as we always
I feel
do.
like we've been winging this whole quote unquote season.
I know it's organic. That's what we're going for.
Sure.
The
Grass-fed.
organic episode, grass fed,
Season of
No.
oregano.
raw, real,
Raw.
uncut.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
what
don't
the
like
people
raw
say,
food, but okay.
At least that's what I think they say. Guys, how y'all doing? How was the week, guys?
I'm feeling really loved. My husband did really good.
Oh, I did really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm excited, because I what did I do good at?
Being a husband.
Okay. If you're listening, we're recording on Valentine's Day. So
Adani, I love you.
Oh, thanks. Love you too. Thank you.
Aw.
yeah, Danny, you're my best friend. That's
Oh, we can have a whole podcast just on this, the men love relationships.
men love relationship, really.
Like
Hey,
your
hey,
dad,
hey.
your dad
Bromance.
said, sure, bromances and such.
Uh-huh.
Your dad sent a Valentine's Day greeting in the group, but
Yeah,
he
in the
said
family
Happy
group.
Valentine's Day to all the ladies.
Yeah, because it's the lady that I get to.
But your father should be able to tell you Happy Valentine's Day, bro. Son, love you. He
Yeah,
just ignored you and your brother. Just
But that's fine. But I know
swerve.
my father love me. 'Cause I talk to my father on a
But he
regular.
could say it. He could
I
say
don't
it.
need him
I
to say
know
it.
you love me, but
No, but I don't need. It's not that I don't want it, but I don't need him to say it. I know my father love me. Just talk to my father, I know I can feel the love.
So he told you Happy Valentine's Day when he called you.
What?
He told you Happy Valentine's Day when he called you.
No, but I know he mean it. My father, hear that?
Did you tell any of your guy friends Happy Valentine's Day today?
No,
So is that
No.
strange?
it's not
What?
strange. Because let me tell you why it's not strange. All right.
Because remember, like girls have started this whole Galentine's thing.
Okay,
right?
and that's
So-
good for them. But I don't need one day of the year to show my friends I love them.
It's not about
No,
the one
stop.
day of the year.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
I've-
If you
I've
ask
stopped.
my friends, you ask for like Danny, you ask Adani, you ask Popo, you ask Luke.
Shout out to the squad.
Yeah. If you ask them
Oh.
multiple times in a week randomly, I go message them, yo, missy,
Oh, and you tell them
just
I love
checking
you?
on y'all, yo,
Oh,
just
so
making sure everything
nice.
cool with y'all, how y'all doing. Not in a group, individually, yo,
Aw.
making sure everything good with y'all.
So thoughtful.
Making sure y'all good, I know you're busy and whatnot. I message you, look, just making sure you and Aria and Crystal, y'all make sure you're good.
Wow, whole fam shout out on the podcast.
You know,
okay.
So I don't need Valentine's Day. I just check on my people on a regular. I make my people feel love on a regular. Check it. Don't
Okay.
need Valentine's Day. Same way let's make you feel loved on a regular. You can't say that's not true.
Ooh.
When I give you back rubs,
That's-
Anushka, when I use that percussion gun on you, you just feel love.
Sorry, when he said back, I was like, whoa, what is he about to
You
say?
put out the same action, really?
What?
Really, Anushka? I mean, that's part of love too, but I was going to bring the podcast into our bedroom like that,
Back, I
Wild.
was like, whoa.
right?
What?
She was going to bring the podcast in our bedroom like that, like, come
That's
on.
something she would have done.
Hey,
Oh,
not true.
woo.
Not true. I'm the filter on the podcast. Okay.
But yeah, I make, check for my people,
Okay.
I know, even my sister has make feel love, I watch a TV show if I, hang out with her, crack some jokes.
So on that, right? Love languages.
Mm-hmm.
We're all familiar.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You want to take do the love language test, them, you see, on the podcast. Like, I mean, y'all have done it already. Y'all don't need to do this shit again.
um
I can probably go in my email and pull up my results
what I
right
was
now.
going to
Actually,
ask
Yeah,
is,
I
do you
probably could
think
do the
it's
same.
more important to love somebody in the way that you love, or how they prefer to receive love?
A balance.
a balance, yes. As a Danny say, it's a
Okay.
Yes, a
balance.
balance. It's
So what?
important to know
Okay.
what they like, but what they like might be shaped by their experiences, bad and good. So it's also
Mm.
important to, introduce them to new
Yes,
things.
Adani.
I
Because
think
Yes.
it's also
your language can
challenging.
adapt.
I think it's also a little
Yes.
like not challenging, but you have to have more intention when you're like on opposite sides of the spectrum, right? So, like for Vinan and I, we're the exact opposite on love languages.
Yeah.
So, my number one is his number five, and whatever the
Yeah.
reverse is. Um, so I'm all touchy feely, and he's like that's the last
Yeah.
thing.
Number one for his physical touch. Last thing for me is physical touch. Like I hate that
And
shit.
then
Like
his number one is gifts, and that's my last one.
yeah.
So I could care less, but I know that's something he cares about. So like I try to put a little bit more.
Like the smallest of gifts, there's be like the greatest thing ever for me. You can give me a pen probably, and I would love the shit out of it.
The thing that was interesting though, our middle thing is quality time, but we
Oh,
define quality time differently.
oh,
I guess, yeah, yes.
Because he would see quality time as
I can
just
just sit
sitting
down
down on
there
the
with you on
couch
the
and watching
couch.
TV, and to me that's not.
We don't even have to be watching TV. I can just sit down there with you, just hang out.
Well, that's different. That if we're talking and
Yeah,
it's
cool
different.
out
That's
there,
quality
talk,
time.
laugh.
But
You
if it's
know,
just passively watching a TV show, I don't really consider that
yeah.
quality
And
time.
Nushka quality time is she wants us to go out in nature and hike and do all kind of
Well,
random
just
shit
I
like that.
think I don't know, just like personal individual, like or couple
Okay, so
adventure.
like
But
I said, let's go to the supermarket together, and then we're gonna have a lunch date.
anytime you say let's go on a date or something like that, it's like quality time for me.
Okay, so yesterday it was quality time for you.
Yes, yesterday was quality time.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Adani, any thoughts on love languages?
I think
Adani,
my
do you mind sharing your number one?
my number one is quality time,
okay,
and my number two is acts of service,
okay,
Mm.
okay,
and then words of affirmation, and
okay.
then physical touch and gifts tied.
Oh,
Mm.
okay, okay. So Anushka number one is physical touch. That's 9. Acts of service was a 8. Words of affirmation is a 6 for you, Anushka. That's in the middle. Quality time is 4, and your last thing is receiving gifts.
So where is our middle?
Hold on. My number one is receiving time at 10.
Receiving time?
No, sorry, receiving gifts
Mhm.
at 10. Quality time is number 2 at
Mm.
8. Acts of service is number 3
Oh,
at
so that's our
6.
middle?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Words of affirmation at 4th with 5.
Mm-hmm.
Physical touch, dead last with 1.
Yeah. And what's mine? 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all can see how that can be a problem sometimes. I'm the hug me, love me.
I don't think we have a common middle ground, by the way. Yeah, we don't have a common middle ground.
We find it. We work for it.
Our shit is completely no. Our shit is completely flip flop.
Yeah, it's reverse.
Like
Absolute
completely
reverse.
reverse.
That's so the note for this guys is you can still make it work.
Yeah, like yeah. But yeah, with this whole like, love language thing, both parties have to understand each other's love languages, I think.
Mhm.
So like I know you like physical touch. And granted, I don't necessarily like it. I still try
He
and
doesn't even like people in his personal space.
yeah, I don't have
But
my personal
but for
space.
me, that's something that I also compromise on because even if I want to
Yes,
smother
that's what I
you
was going
with
to say.
love, I need
Yes,
to like respect
yes,
that.
that's what I would say. So while it may be yours,
Mhm.
you have to understand that it may not be the other person's own,
Yeah.
and not to compromise a little. I'm not saying you're not supposed to get it at all, but you're supposed to know like, hey, I can't be all up in that person's face, or I can't be mad that they're not giving me gifts all the time.
Or how they react, right? Like
Yes.
that.
You know, it's a give and take. Yeah, you know,
That's
so
with a lot in life.
right, you know. So I mean, you know, guys, you know, we're on the topic of love, I guess. I mean, we skip talking about our weeks, basically. You know,
We can still talk about our weeks.
you know, I know sometimes some people may be interested in the recap on the week. You know,
We need to, guys. We did a listener survey and we haven't shared it out yet, and we should probably do that.
I thought that was shared out. I did not know it wasn't shared out.
And find out what parts of the podcast you like. So stay on the lookout for that, so we can get some
Coming soon,
feedback
before episode 100, guaranteed.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What was I gonna say? Oh, this week. First of all, Vinan and I are kind of in a snowpocalypse for Texas right
Apparently,
now.
yeah, I don't know what
It's
the hell
the
happened.
coldest it's been in the DFW area in the last like 30 years. So it's ice. Well, not, it's very cold. But it's snowing.
Yeah.
And that, it was kind of different because the last time I think we experienced snow out here was 7 years ago.
What was
our
it?
first
Wow.
apartment.
2014.
Yeah.
No, we had snow before that, but yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's the last time.
Yeah, that's the last time we had
we
snow, yeah.
experienced it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's been kind of interesting,
Yeah,
but it's
no,
been like
heavy snow.
coming down. Our dog
Snow
has been
retrograde.
having a grand old time in the snow.
Yeah, for some reason our dog
He's
having like
like
the
a
time of his life
snow
out there
bunny
in
right
the snow.
now.
Yeah.
Snow bunny.
Yeah.
And then Anushka opened the door to let him out and let a bird in.
Yeah.
So I had to
because
be chasing a bird out of the
it
house.
really flashed us back to living in the Caribbean, though, because you know how there were always birds in your house.
Yeah.
You know, in the
So see me
Caribbean.
running around the house for broom. I'm not
And
trying to
I'm
hit
just
the
like-
bird.
and I'm
I just want to like
no,
guide
my
it to the
eyes,
door.
My eyes.
I just want to guide it to the door and the bird want to go everywhere else but out.
I was seeking safety.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Charlie's running up and down like, yeah, having fun. I'm like, yo, like you can't be outside and inside. Make your mind up, bird. You need to be outside.
But
It
this
was
weather thing is
crazy.
really interesting, I guess, just because it's so unprecedented.
Yeah.
And like even with the birds, what people were saying is that they just like they cold and they're trying to survive, right? Like a lot of them may die.
I mean, I don't want the bird to
They
die,
chose to
but
be
also
birds. They chose the bird life.
They didn't choose that.
They didn't choose. Because
the
normally
weather.
this would be a safe place for them. So here's my thing. I
Go
don't want
for
the
the
bird to
south.
die. I just
The
don't want the bird
little
in
thing,
my
you know.
house. Like I'm willing to put one of my shoe boxes outside for it, you know, and you know, try and make a little
Build a
thing
nest.
for it, you know. I just don't it in my house.
What if you do that and you find something that's not a bird?
That's my other thing. I thought about that. I'm like, that's the only thing. I don't do
Eggs.
that, and then something that's not a bird is in there.
A squirrel.
Because we live in an area where they have a lot of strange things, you know, coyotes, bobcats, snakes.
So
Yeah.
so the other second exciting thing of the week from me, and I'm not seeking any commentary from Banana and Daddy.
Whoa, I don't know what's coming up here. Danny, are you ready? I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'm not ready, but I'm buckling my seatbelt.
Right?
My alma mater, St. Joseph's
that
Convent
shit.
Oh,
Secondary
stop.
School,
Oh.
has started a virtual sports event. It has
Honestly,
been
Danny,
exploding.
let's give her a time. Let's
on
just let her have it.
Facebook for all of the ex-cons out there. Shout out to you, but this podcast is fully St. Maria Goretti's house, okay? Don't get it twisted. That's it.
Okay.
No.
We've
I
let
have
you
a
have-
different
Danny,
house.
Danny, wait.
Oh,
no.
yeah, because Daniel must have been in
Hello,
a different
Daniel.
house.
Nope, not hearing it. Sorry.
Fiona.
Sorry.
Ooh.
No,
If
no,
you
no,
know- oh my God.
don't want to hear it. Sorry. Nope, not happening. Not on my
Ooh.
podcast.
Hold on. Annalisa,
So
No.
I need to
no.
know what house my sister
Little
was
sisters
in.
do not count. Hello, this is nope.
Wow.
This,
So-
nope.
So hold on, hold on.
no.
So
Wait,
my
wait,
mother
wait.
and Anushka were in the same house.
Overruled.
Wow.
Overruled.
Wow.
Nothing else matters.
St. Teresa's is better than Gogoreti.
That last year was a steal. Just saying. It
I
was
want
a
you
5-year streak. But anyway.
Convent girls, I want you all to know I pledge allegiance to none of your houses. I want no part in this, all right? So leave me out of it.
Anyway, just to give those who don't know a
My sister
background,
was in St. Anne, so,
I don't care.
wow.
Goretti, let's go.
Someone's a tyrant on the podcast.
I
Hell
know,
yeah.
right? No more
Hell
free speech.
yeah.
Okay,
right?
Oh,
Right? She might take you out like putting this to the reporters.
Yeah.
Watch your back, dog.
King
but for the
Jong-nushka.
Kim Jong Nushki.
kind of has a ring to it. I like it. No, but for those of y'all who don't understand or are a little bit confused,
Some grown-up women are having wars over a secondary school event.
well,
That's me breaking
okay,
it down.
in
Just kidding.
the fact of COVID not happening,
Yes.
or COVID,
Don't get me wrong. I think this is actually pretty cool.
yeah, it's cool.
My thing is, I just find like they're
Everyone's
going a little
crazy,
bit too
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, but
That's the only
that's
thing.
just how
Yeah,
convent
you're
girls are.
intense.
Yeah, there's no other way.
Yeah.
But in light of COVID and school sports not happening and whatnot, SJC decided to do a
St. Joseph
virtual,
Convent for our listeners who don't know.
the all girls Catholic school.
Yeah, I feel like every island probably had a
St.
St.
Lucia.
Joseph Convent.
Yeah. They decided to have a virtual sports and do it on Facebook. So there's supposed to be all of these like virtual competitions and whatnot. So posting different pictures in your house colors and doing however many steps or whatever. But it's kind of also like open to
Doing like steps, like counting your steps with a Fitbit kind of thing.
yeah, and posting it on the day, and that's going to be marathon. So they'll
Oh.
add up all the points for all of the different house submissions.
So
and
from
stuff
what
like
time to what time you have to do the steps? Like they have a time?
Yeah, like 9 to 5 on
Okay.
Thursday. But all of these, different little events, but it has kind of sparked a nice rivalry and reminiscing and that kind of thing, and
Okay.
some excitement on social media that's not just politics or COVID or
Yeah,
just all
yeah.
of that depressing.
It's a break
stuff.
from the
Yeah.
usual.
The thing that's also
Yes.
been impressive is that we started getting all of these, reaching out to people and getting all of these endorsements for the houses, and like people got soca people, reggae people, like politicians, like
Let me
everybody's
tell you
like,
that I will
like almost
take
the whole country
that.
got
I
absorbed
will
in it
help
too.
or I will endorse it if somebody manages to get an endorsement from Vibes Cartel. If you
They
pull that
working on
off,
it. They've been working on it.
if you pull that off, dog.
People been working on it. People say whoever get the Vibes Cartel endorsement, that's it.
Yeah,
finished.
if one of these houses gets a Vibes Cartel endorsement, that house win. End of story. Like all of y'all lose.
But it also kind of shows like just kind of, using your resources and, really trying.
Only thing I can
there were
top a
girls
Vibes Cartel
saying,
endorsement is the Tupac endorsement.
the girls were also saying it's like SJC Virtual Sports has me DMing all of these random celebrities trying to get endorsement. And mind you, the endorsement thing is not even a part of the competition. It just kind of evolved in
Yeah,
people
yeah,
just
yeah.
doing that. So it's been all good fun, but Maria Goretti. That's it.
Right. I'm staying out of this.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Don't hurt
Nice.
each other virtually. Yeah.
St. Teresa's would like
Sorry,
to
blah blah blah
say-
blah 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 blah.
Whoa, you had your time.
Blah blah. No.
Anushka,
nope.
you had your
So
time.
Vernon, what are we talking about on the podcast today?
Nah,
What are we
I
talking
can't let
about
that
on the
happen.
podcast? No,
As
this
much as
my
I
school, my
support
school,
you.
Sorry, nope, not happening. Okay.
because
The
the women of St. Teresa's would like to see
I'm not editing this out. I want you to know that. Do not make my life harder.
from
Yo, how are
AVN.
you? How have you reverted to a 9-year-old right now?
the side effects of being in Gogoreti. Go for Gogoreti.
Anushka, please. Please.
Okay, so what are we talking about
I
today?
have to cut your mic.
What are
Just
we talking about
just
today?
funny enough, right? It's it's fascinating how house rivalries years on still make people do the
Right?
craziest things. Like when I go into when I was in SMC physically actually teaching, like people would still be talking about, like old guys would still be talking about Rodney and Tapo and presentation and Abercrombie, and you're just
Like,
like,
dog, I
wow,
don't care
the
about them
rivalry
things.
never dies.
Yeah, I was
But I
one of
think
those
that's a
people.
cool thing about like our schools in the Caribbean and stuff, that they had the house sports and these kinds of things.
Maybe that's where the lady stole the idea for Harry Potter show to the Caribbean. She's like, oh, the schools have this
Well,
little.
England has it too.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, so
We
maybe
got it from England.
I'm
I'm
one of
a
those.
Gryffindor.
Nah, I'm none of those people. That's the thing. I'm probably one of those odd people. I never really cared for that shit. Like all I viewed
I was a
sports day
mascot
was
one
all
year.
I viewed sports day as was a day for me to
Is
be
that-
school.
Is that the extent of your sporting journey? You picked
Well,
that
it wasn't
mascot.
just for us. It wasn't just sports. It was like other competitions and merits and all of
Bruh.
that.
All that thing was for a day for me to be school, and the day after was a day for me to eat cake.
Wow. I used to run for Rodney House. Rodney House.
And
rocked.
that was the one thing that had me conflicted, because my best friend ran for Rodney House, so I wanted to cheer for my best friend, but I wasn't in his house. So it used to be like, yo, how you impressed, but you want to cheer for Danny? But I'm like, yo, that's my best friend. Like, I don't really care about the rest of y'all. I just want him to win. So
It helps that
sorry.
presentation didn't have many real athletes.
Oh, shut your face. All right. I may not have played, but don't diss my house like that. All right.
See why he can't talk in SJC sports and in SMC sports? Let him throw his shit your way and you handle that.
I
But
guarantee
you
you,
ain't entitled
if they
over
had
there.
tennis, if tennis was one of the sports, our house would have won that. All right. Yeah.
What, with just you?
Yes, with just me. Yes, I said it. With just me. Okay.
But you see the power of SJC. We got everybody talking about school sports, reminiscing.
I'm not talking about
the
school
good old
sports. All right.
days,
Because okay,
house rivalries, cake day. The good times.
Let me just give a shout out to Cake Day, because
boy, kick day.
Cake day.
That was a
Who
thing.
came up with cake
SMC
day?
was
I don't know, but that was a thing.
unrivaled.
Unrivaled in kick day.
Within
Yes, y'all
SMC,
will.
Rodney House was just like,
I didn't care. I was getting
for
kicked
the
from all
first 4
houses.
years I was there, we lost and we had the most cake. And then the 1 year
That shit never made sense to me.
I
They
had the
lost,
house
but they
win.
had the most kick.
in Form 5, we had like all the houses cake combined.
Dog,
Plus, like,
that was glorious.
I literally brought like a basin to school, and I was
Yes,
walking
I
back home
remember
with a
that.
basin of cake.
Me
like
and
a
Danny
basin of
were
different-
walking down the VG stretch with like, we had so much cake, we were divvying up cake amongst our parents. I remember that. I remember I went to my mother office, I gave her some cake. We stopped by Danny mother office, we give her some cake. I go by my father, I give him some. My father diabetic, and I give him cake. We had cake upon, we didn't know what to do. We had so
It
much
was
cake.
so bad, they were just picking up the bottom of the cardboard of the cake and just dropping it in your thing for you.
In your, yeah,
Mm.
It was-
like whole cakes. Like,
the
oh,
cat-
you want cake? Look.
Oh my gosh.
They had other houses coming there because we didn't have enough. Like, we had too much. Like,
We had a
couldn't take it all
dilemma.
home.
We had so much cake, but we didn't have enough ice cream. That was a problem for us.
Or
That was
people.
our first world problem. Too much cake, not enough ice cream.
When
I
I
remember
tell
that.
you, Dr. Freezer show up in a vehicle. I even know Dr. Freezer's the delivery, but they show up in a vehicle to bring cake.
That made no sense. I just know cake was coming in.
That's funny.
Cake was coming at us from all direction. Made no sense. Good times. Cake day. Shout out to the people who brought cake. Yeah.
All right, Finan.
So, guys, we're recording this on Valentine's Day, and it's a time when people spreading love, everybody all lovey-dovey. And I thought, and I remembered recently, we saw an article in St. Lucia of this throuple. I guess couple man with another. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a man and he has two girlfriends,
Breaking the norm in relationships.
breaking the norm in relationships, and it intrigued me. All right, I'm going to be honest, it intrigued me because we know of us in the Caribbean as, I want to say, being so conservative. Yes, we no. We conservative with our words. We like to say we conservative, but our actions say otherwise. Because he's saying he has the man saying he has two girlfriends and them being on the news and talking about, oh, they live together and whatnot. And everybody may look at it like, oh, that's so odd and whatnot. But really and truly, that's not odd, because I think that's something that has gone on in the Caribbean for a long time, of people having multiple girlfriends. It's just that the difference here is that now the girlfriends know about each other and they fine with it. Would you all agree with me?
And they live together.
And they live together. You know about each other, they find it, and they live together. Because if you think about it, in the past, a lot of men would have multiple girlfriends, sometimes multiple families. Maybe a man have a family in the north of the island, a man have a family in the south of the island, and the families know about each other, and people know about it, but
And
they
he
don't
picking up
necessarily.
all the children. To
Yeah,
go to
he
school.
picking them up, and he rolling out. He doing his drop offs. The families know, well. Summer is me and daddy. We going here, and the
Well,
other
and I
family
mean,
know,
how many of y'all have like half aunts and whatever? Like,
right? So I bring this up to ask Missy. Do y'all think?
or your parents have half siblings, or
Do y'all?
even you may have half siblings.
Oh yes, I have half siblings, but no, but my half siblings are
It's too different. Yeah, the
yeah,
timing.
it's a different
Yeah.
yeah. But I bring this up, Missy, to ask do y'all think we have evolved to a place in the Caribbean where things like that will become more prevalent and can work?
I think the word you're missing is accepted.
Well, that was the next thing I was going to ask.
Mm.
After that, is
Okay.
that do y'all think it would be accepted?
Mm.
Okay, to the first point,
Okay.
I believe it can work
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
because in my mind, it's just an additional person added to a relationship. So once you can get around the ego of you don't
And the
have somebody
jealousy.
all to
Jealousy, yeah.
yourself, then it's like just having a team instead of just two people. You have a bigger team.
Okay. A
That's
bigger
how I
team.
see it personally.
You share the
Now,
workload.
now the bigger question is: are these people mature enough that public perception doesn't, sway them? So
Okay.
can you walk around in
Oh,
public?
I see what you're saying. Like, like public
Yeah,
people from the outside giving
yeah,
their views,
exactly. Because
break
people
up
always have
the.
to add in their 2 cents. Like,
Yeah.
check that girl.
The thing that was interesting about this case, let's say, is that they've already been together for 3 years, but this is the first time they're making it into like the news
Okay.
and whatnot. Just like somebody just
Well,
figured out about them, so they've been saying they've like dealt with that or whatever. Each of their
okay.
families know
Okay.
and all of that, and what matters to them is that their
Yeah.
families and whatever are fine and
Well,
they are.
but also I realized when I watched this, the women made it a point to make it known that the women are not in a relationship with each other. The women are in a relationship with the man.
Mm-hmm,
They don't have any, as far as they're concerned, they like sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, and I think that is interesting as well that they felt I get the need to clarify, but it's also kind of to move forward to the point of, okay, I guess I'll move forward and we'll come back,
Yeah, no,
right?
that's fine. We talking
To the point of acceptance, right? It's like the LGBTQ,
plus
plus
alphabets.
community is not necessarily like as accepted. Like there's that whole thing in the Caribbean as well, even where we still have those archaic
Laws.
laws and such. But um the fact that they had to even specify to put
Yeah.
themselves away from like being thought of as lesbians or bisexual or whatever, right? The fact that they needed to.
Clarify it.
clear that
Yeah.
up. Um, but I'll chime in again on acceptance. But can it work? It just depends on the people. Can it work in the society? That kind of goes back to the acceptance, people being open minded, whatever, whatever. Because the man brought up as well, this is common, like you have he was saying, and we don't, this is obviously not a sad, but 90% of relationship problems that you hear is through because of like people cheating and that kind of thing as well. And he didn't want to go that way, so he told the two girls
Yeah, he
when he
brought them
was
together and he let them know, hey, I love you and I love you. I love both of y'all.
and yeah.
I want to make it work. I
And
want to be with both of
my
y'all.
heart is big. My heart is
My heart big enough to to love both of y'all, kind of thing. So okay.
So
Yeah, go
I
on.
think it can work if you have agreement in three people and they're willing to work on it, all together and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But then it's also like community also not like casting shade, because they have endless people giving horn and whatnot, and they're gonna judge those people
For
when
doing
they
what when they
when they
doing
essentially doing
yeah, the
the
same
same
thing.
thing, if
Yeah.
not worse, because they're lying about
Yeah,
it.
they're lying about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very real hypocrisy.
That's putting it lightly. So I try to figure out the way to to phrase this. Yeah, because the man, he made it a point to say that the thing for him was that he realized he loved both these women,
Mhm,
and I guess he wanted to be with both of them, and he brought them together,
mhm.
and and let them know he loved them. But I'm wondering,
He said
like,
he let them decide.
he let them decide.
He didn't tell them that I want a polygamous relationship.
Yeah, but he let them decide. Yeah, it was their decision, right? So, because I'm thinking in a situation like that, I can see somebody saying something like, "Oh, so me alone, I'm not good enough for you. Like you want to have two." Kind of, you can see somebody saying something like that.
Absolutely.
So I
All
guess
the
that
time.
goes back to the maturity thing again.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, it's
Or the coming
Maturity
to an
and ego.
understanding.
I think it's the ego.
yeah, it's ego, insecurity, jealousy,
Yeah.
whatever. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of that to overcome to be able to come in, because w- monogamous relationships are normalized, right? Like that
Yeah,
is,
that's definitely
the expectation.
1-to-1
Yeah, of
go on your
course.
business.
So it's like we're programmed and think, and to think I have my man and I need to have all of his attention and all of his love
Okay.
and all of
And
this, right?
he can't have love
And
for somebody else, and
this
yeah.
may be really strange, right? But sometimes we even see that off balance even come with, and I need to have all of his attention, and we even see women even fighting with men's hobbies, right? Like when it
Yes.
comes to
Yes.
attention and stuff like that.
For a PS4 in the pool.
But the thing is, the wow, okay. So the thing that's interesting, even with the two women, they said, I mean, maybe sometimes I don't want to have sex with him, or I don't want to whatever. That's fine, go there. Like
So now so it's a benefit. You now have somebody to share the duties.
yeah,
Tonight
Share the load.
I feel like doing the
I feel
work.
like cooking tonight. I feel like
Share the
sex.
load.
I feel
Go
like
and check her, kind of thing.
so then you yourself have your own like personal time and whatever to
Yeah,
do.
you're right. Maybe
do
tonight,
what you want.
one of them just want to cool out and read a book,
Mhm.
quiet by herself.
Watch your favorite TV show.
Watch her favorite TV show.
Mhm.
He still have somebody else he can go and talk to about the day or spend time with, and
Right.
kind of thing. So
Now, if both of them ice you out, then that's
the boy had a different story.
sorry.
You're on your own, kind of thing. So Missy, do you think that these people just so evolved?
I think their mindset may be just different. They're not
Okay.
Yeah, I
thinking
think
about
it's
it
a thing
as
about
yeah.
openness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
hopefully they did their research and they
Be
just
more
came to the
open.
conclusion that it's not a big deal.
Well, and they've been working at it for 3 years, right? So
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like it's not like a switch just flipped the other day and it was automatically
Yeah.
bam,
So let me ask you all another question. Do you all think that would work if it was one woman and two men? Because I do not think that would work if it was one woman and two men.
Ooh.
I believe men
In this
egos.
society.
I don't think it will. I believe men's egos would stop something from that. Stop something like that
I
from
think it's
working.
a combination of men's egos in a Caribbean society, like in a
Yes,
Asian
Caribbean.
society.
We're talking Caribbean.
I think a combination of the men's ego plus societal pressure,
Yes.
because in the relationship with one man and two women, the man is almost idolized and seen as wow boy,
Big man, you have two women.
you're so bad,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
right? That machismo, whatever.
Yeah.
In a reverse situation, they'll probably be saying comments like,
You're
Gasa,
boy.
you's a boy man,
You
like
share your with another
yeah,
man. Kind
Yep.
uh, and not only the men will get negative stuff, the woman will also get
Yes, that's what
negative
that's the
stuff.
next thing I was going to go to. Oh,
Calling
you have
her,
two man kind of thing. You
your yeah, I was gonna say something.
your
I think I think you know where you are going.
uh,
Yeah.
Whatever slack,
one man not
Yeah.
good enough for you. You need to have multiple.
Uh-huh.
and just
Kind of
jealousy
thing.
as well from the women
Yeah.
who want that scenario.
Well, and even so, there'll probably be even I think on both sides, even the fact of people trying and insert or try and take
Yeah.
one somebody away from that
So
relationship.
society really is
In small societies, small communities and stuff like
Yes.
that, it's major,
it's major.
especially in cultures and whatnot like ours, where people always have something to say
Well,
and will verbalize it like boldface, like you're walking out on the street, they'll shout
but
something.
not that alone. A big part of it for us. Well, I'm not saying not that alone because it is that, but you know what's a big driving factor behind a lot of all this judgment and whatnot? How religion is so big in our
Oh yes,
culture.
Yes.
that was a
Because
major.
I can
that was a
see a
major thing.
lot of church people wanting to speak out against these
Oh,
people
yeah.
That's what happened in this case.
and wanting to
That's-
throw Bible quotes at them everywhere they
yeah,
go.
yeah, that's what happened in this case. That the media put out this story on this relationship, and then the church said something about how they condemn that or whatever. But if the people not part of your church, what
why
is
you
there
have to speak on that?
condemn? And I think this whole church thing and whatever, and the whole, like, I mean, I feel like we've moved so far away from the church and state relationship, but church is held so highly, like
Yes,
the
and I agree with you on
in
that.
the threads, of whatever, that sorry if I'm not being that articulate today, guys, interwoven kind
Yes,
of
yeah.
into the community, but like the laws are also a reflection of those old church kind of things.
I get what you're
because
saying. We've moved so far from the church, but yet
it's
still the church
still
still
there
have
is
such
as
an
a core
influence
system.
on
Mhm.
our on what we do, our decisions.
It
and
doesn't have influence, but
it,
it has
it
a
does.
position.
It's when it's convenient. That's what I'm saying, because
it has a voice, it has a position.
it always has a voice. That's what
Mhm.
always has a voice. Because, like you say, the article come out, the people not part of your church. Why the church have to come and speak out on the people relationship?
Also,
Okay, you
what
condemn
happened,
them. So what?
what happened to churches being about love
Accepting,
and the church is for sinners. Let's just remind you guys of that, right? Like,
It's when they go to ask for forgiveness, Anushka, for their sins.
yeah, but you gotta keep sinning if you gotta keep going back to ask for
That's how the church makes the money, you know. But
I just find it interesting,
Yeah.
right? In my point of view, that all these frivolous things the church is quick to give a statement on. But when a little girl have a big man in her inbox and all these things, I not in the church.
right,
you
silence.
know, in the church, silence.
Yeah.
Right?
When women dying,
Mhm.
in the forest, wherever, I not in the church.
Silence again.
Mhm.
How
Crickets.
much does the church actually do for people in the community?
Well, and that's the
Maybe
thing,
they
right?
should start working on that.
With these people, nothing with them. They were not hurting. They were not, in need of help. They were not in, any kind of thing like that. But you want to condemn, and
The
the
people
strong
never
word,
even say anything
condemn.
about marriage or anything. So
Well, yes, they do want to get married, but at current the laws only allow for one
And that
him
is
to be
why,
married to one of
yeah.
them.
And remember, he said like he, yes, you are right, yeah. He can only
But they do want to be married, all three of them.
boy.
So I mean, they're even saying that long term they thinking they're gonna leave,
Yes, that's what I would
right?
say. Yeah, they're willing to
So
leave.
yeah. So even think about that, right? Like everything you know and have is in, the country, and you have to leave just for your,
Yeah, just to
I
be
guess,
able
is this
to
sexual
live
preference
how you
or
want.
yeah.
I don't. Would you say
Oh
sexual?
no, it's
It's
not
not.
sexual
It's
preference. It's what is it? What's it?
Relationship,
Yeah, I guess.
to have your preferred
life
relationship,
preference,
life
life
Yeah.
preference.
preference. Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this isn't new, right? Like, I mean, as I said, there are people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community that have done the same, that have had to leave that, excuse me, like especially like gays and lesbians in St.
Have to
Lucia
leave their country to go somewhere to be
have
accepted.
gotten
Yeah.
treated so badly, right? Yeah, that's a whole other episode.
So, Missy, let me ask you: you would ever live that kind of life,
No.
like a daddy tomorrow? The girlfriend come and tell you, I think we need another. We need or you go to her. Well, no, she comes to you and say, I think we need another girlfriend type thing. What's your answer, Danny?
Well, as per the first episode, I was destined. It was already written on my star chart.
I was waiting for
It was written
you.
in the stars.
I
It
was
was written in
waiting
the
for you.
stars, on Mercury, on Venus.
What did she
you
say
know,
about that?
Retrograde,
You know, so
Gatorade.
you know, I think
Sunshine.
for many people,
Uh-huh.
especially women, it's just a matter of money.
Really? Okay.
I,
Give me
I
give
think
me
so.
more. Give me more.
It-
Give me more.
Especially in my life journey, a lot of women have specified that money was the biggest thing holding them back. Like you have to be able to take care of everyone.
Financial security.
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean? Like in a 3-person relationship? That's what you're talking about?
Or more, free's just the start.
But
He's saying like if the man have the money,
but the
they're
thing
willing to
is,
welcome
but
multiple
in
in.
this relationship that they were interviewed on or whatever, they were saying it's better because it's all three of them are working.
So the patchy bigger.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, so money's a factor.
Okay.
We got wherever it's coming from, money's a factor.
Okay.
So I think money and your performance, and yeah, you can get maybe 75% of people to agree.
So sure, tomorrow I come to you and I tell you, I really love this other woman, but I still love you. Can we make it work?
First of all, we're married, and I would say, when the
Marriage is not like
hell
Wow.
you get time and space to love somebody else, because that would have meant that you would have been breaking our vows to be opening yourself up to even entertain
Okay.
the thought
So
of
before
falling
we
in
got
love
married,
with
let's say
somebody
before
else.
we
he got
got
an
married,
email.
a long lost love of mine.
Yeah,
She
no,
come
just
back to me.
just
you
a
know,
long professional email.
you know,
Please,
like the
you
story. Hold on.
you forward
Like
that
the
to your
story.
wife. You forward that to your wife, and you say handle
a
that,
nice
and
a
then,
nice professional
and then
email.
I will handle it.
But
know-
it will be addressed to you as well, because the person be like, as per what we spoke about many years ago, I would like to join, formally.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, so like a daddy say, no, the woman approach us and
Yeah,
say
together.
she loved me. She's always loved me, and
She
she
love
willing
y'all.
to come together as a unit. And this guy's like hell though.
I mean,
y'all.
marriage is not
Okay,
like
so
a Lego.
before
Here's
we
my
get
thing,
You
Here's
can
my
just add
thing, y'all.
pieces.
Here's my thing, y'all.
so you haven't
I'm very,
evolved.
I'm very
like
open
this
for other
You're
people.
not open like that.
I'm very open for open and accepting for other people.
but not
But
for
not
yourself.
myself.
But I know myself, and I'm a traditionalist in certain senses.
Okay.
And this is why it's so
And-
rare.
Hello, I just get a kind of a way when my husband, when Vinan goes and pets my dog and gives my dog more attention, our dog more
Wow, wow.
more.
Notice who the dog belongs to, eh?
Yeah, you see how possessive I am. So
Say,
no, but
emancipate yourself, my girl. Emancipate
honestly, sometimes
yourself.
when he goes and gives our dog more attention and just walks and like bypasses me, I just feel some type of way. So I supposed to sit down there and have you give. First of all, our dog.
I mean,
If
you don't have
our
to sit
dog,
down. You can stand up.
if our dog look at that woman, sorry,
Wow. They say
yeah,
Anushka is triggered. So if the dog
heavily,
look at another woman, that's a problem for you.
yeah,
Missy. I
Poor
might be
Abby.
something therapy needs to
nope.
before you go down that road for them.
You might
Just-
send it to
There's no
therapy.
road to go down.
Little
Okay.
okay, so Hela.
Unless the food person is a
This-
therapist.
This current road is paved with
One
nice
way.
drainage.
That's the road we are not turning back, keep going far. So okay, so if before
Can
we
go
got
forward and hit a fork in the road.
nah, she telling me we have the fuck in the road. She telling me,
Really?
so hear that. So if before we got married, I came to you right, and I was like, yo, like let's say before we got married, while we were dating, I came to tell you,
I was even more jealous back then.
Jesus. Well, there's your
I'm
answer.
See,
jealous.
you've decreased.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I would call it. Would it be jealousy? I'm possessive. Am I possessive?
I don't know. I never put us in any situation to find out such and such. Well, any situation that we would like to talk about on the podcast. But nonetheless, like I'm a pretty,
Okay, so but you're like, okay, so
But you open to it, Vernon.
so if I wanted another man in the relationship,
You see where they go, eh?
hold on, hear that. If he pulling his weight and he paying bills and shit, dog, come true.
Venan's so full of shit because
You don't think so? You
I
don't
coming
think?
through.
y'all, I was going and get a massage. I was going and get massages. But then
Ow,
found out, but I
ow.
found out that I had switched places, and at the place that I switched, I ended up having a male masseuse. Villain had a problem with that.
No. Stop.
Villain had a
I-
problem.
okay, guys,
Villain wanted me to
hold on.
change the
Hold
person.
on.
He said, I
Anushka,
am
you're not
a-
going to paint me in that
am-
light.
am
I
a
refuse
fool.
to let you paint me in that light. Let me tell you what my
I don't-
issue.
I don't
Daddy,
want no
What's your
man
side is?
rubbing
What's your
up
side?
on my
Daddy,
wife.
let me tell you my issue.
your
Let me
side?
tell you my issue with that.
Anushka, did you get the happy ending or just?
No.
No.
Hello.
Let me tell you my issue with that. All right?
This took a lesson.
Yes, this is a motherfucking left in. You know my issue. You know my issue. If it is, it's not that she went and she got a massage from a man. It's the fact that
She
out
changed.
of she changed. That was the issue
I
for me.
changed location.
That was the issue for me. I changed locations, and it was a by the way, it
Yeah,
come
but-
out.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
by the
like,
way, I
it's
changed
like-
locations. I went to the place and got a massage from a man
Innocent
somewhere
mistake.
and whatnot. So hold on. So hold on. My first thing.
But why did I need to get a
immediately? Your boy's first thing was you changed locations and you went and get another massage somewhere else. And here's the thing, I know home girl. There's probably like to take her clothes off to get the massage real
How
proper.
else?
Oh, is it okay? So my first thing is this person you meet for the first time. This man you meet for the first time.
But you'd meet a women for the first time and they touch your naked body.
Anushka,
Same thing.
But he didn't change
They're
it.
professionals. They're
He
professionals.
didn't change it up.
It's
I-
not like they have some man by the side of the road.
So
that I
why did you
say
change it up?
It was closer to home, and I was feeling there was a
and
location
that's
of
it.
the
It
place.
was closer to home, and you want to know the funny thing? I think the location that closer to home sucks. She don't like to go there. I think you prefer the one closer to your office.
Well, no, well,
I know exactly what I said. I know
no,
you
but
prefer
that
the
guy
one
was
closer
good.
to
That
your
guy was
office.
good. That guy was good because
I bet he was.
I usually went to the location closer to my office. I switched to the one closer to home because one day I was really stressed out, not feeling good. And I said, you know what? I need to go for a massage. I got the first available person for like a 90-minute massage because I was so mashed up. And it was a
90
man.
minutes, I'm in there rubbing on my bed. 90 minutes, Adani.
I mean, maybe he
You
was
just
a
like go
very
feel away.
small,
So
not
then, if
buff
I said he
guy.
was gay, would you care?
I don't care.
But you do care.
No, I don't care if he's gay or straight. Some random man you just meet for the first time is rubbing on you
But
for
if
90
it's a
minutes
random
with hot oils,
but here's the thing:
dim lights,
if a
calming
random
music.
woman, if a random woman is rubbing on me that I don't know for 90 minutes,
That's
that's
still.
bad.
I don't know.
That's the name of the game, bro. When
Randoms.
So you just like randoms rubbing on you.
physical touch, bro. Anybody rubbing on me the right way?
Nonetheless,
By choice, by choice. with
nonetheless,
consent.
my issue with that is not people rubbing on you. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I like a heads up.
I didn't think you needed it.
That's just all it
Anyway,
is.
anyway.
So if you did come to me and tell me, oh, you have this fella you love, and whatever, let me tell you that my very first question would be like, when the hell you get time to meet
that's
that man?
exactly what I said.
All right.
For you.
Because to me, you might be
90
all the
minutes a
time.
day. 90 minutes a day.
And
every
90
day.
minutes. So I need them 90-minute rubs. That is who.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, you with me all
90
the
minute
time.
fiance.
So when you get to meet mate and whatnot, then I'm going to be honest, being a man, probably yes, my ego would come into play. I would have questions. I'd want to know what is it about him that you love so much. Do you not see the X, Y, and Z
Well,
in me?
Vernon better than me because I would not have we would not have gotten that far in the conversation.
Well, I have questions. I need to know if you're going to tell me you love somebody else. I want to know the person doing so much that you love them and all kind of thing.
Hey.
I have questions. I'm sorry. I need to
need
know. I'm not
answers.
just dismissing because okay, I just dismiss you. That don't mean you stop loving him, man. So now you go love him behind my back. Hey, that's it. I want to see the knife coming to me.
90 minutes away.
90 minutes, 2 hours. I want to see the knife coming towards me. Stab me in the front. Don't stab me in the back.
Anyway, that's why we got a percussion therapy gun.
That is not why we got a pressure therapy gun. Because I still go to book a massage for you. All right.
Oh.
My hands need a brick sometimes. That gun just then vibrating my fucking hand. Why I feel like I still vibrating.
And that's why we go to
Meanwhile-
the professionals.
Meanwhile,
Exactly,
she died. Oh my god, I feel so relaxed now and whatnot. My whole hand shaking. I like, oh my god.
Because me do that for 90 minutes all day long.
All day long, yeah. That man is a
And
professional.
and he
Let
put
him
his
do
elbow
it.
in your
Yeah,
back.
he do
Oh,
that elbow in your back, all
oh,
kind of thing. I can't do all of that.
He
I
will
know-
jump on you, like hold the ceiling and just like jump on you.
That's what the Asian men
Spin
do.
around on the ceiling fan and land on your back. He can do that. That's my
I've been
job.
thinking about getting getting one of them massages from the Asian salons where they
Tell me where you want to go, I will pay for it. I can't give you
but
that level of
that's one is with
professionalism.
clothes. I don't know about that.
Do you think I'll pay for it? I can't give you that level of professionalism, okay? Because I'm the kind of way, Danny, after free the massage, I want to stop and drink water, I want to watch TV, let me go
Oh,
into
yeah.
snack, I'll come back later, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Trust
You
me,
know,
I'm
my
not-
hands hurting. I need
that's
to take a nap.
That's one area that I don't last 90 minutes. So, you know,
Yeah,
15
yeah,
minutes in and I'm like, wow, that we already have a TV show. Like,
15 in, dog. You make it 15 minutes in, dog. 7 minutes in, my hand hurting me. I
have
need a
notes.
break.
Oh,
What happened?
you mean giving massages? not-
Yeah.
Oh,
What did you think I was talking
oh,
about?
receiving.
Oh, so here's the thing. I
I
don't
just
really
fall
care.
asleep. I just fall asleep. So I don't know what the measure of time is for receiving a massage. I
For all
fall
you know,
asleep
they
every
stop
time.
massaging you once you stop falling asleep.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when you
yeah,
start
and I
making
just
them, that's when they come back and start rubbing again.
That
So
could
about-
very well be what
you were
happened.
really
but I would
tense.
not know. I would not know.
I'm going to be. I don't feel no way about massages. Like it's not a.
Because you don't have notes.
I guess I don't. I don't know. Like it's my level of massages. I like the massage chairs in the mall. That's to show you where I stand on massages. Like, yeah, it's just not a thing for me.
That used to be one of our dates. But anyway, we took a major lift in
Organic,
Oh, yes,
real,
yes.
raw,
This is not a
grass-fed.
massage.
grass-fed,
This is not a massage podcast.
not planned. You know, organic, grass-fed.
Grass-fed.
Come to you. Farm to table. Farm to your ears. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm hell no for me personally for that lifestyle. You are.
I have questions.
Adani is. It's in his
I'm a
future.
maybe.
Adani is a maybe. But
I'm a-
I think
'cause
Adani is a
even-
maybe if he tell his girl he wants another woman. But I think if his woman come and say she wants another man, I think he'll have a problem. Am I right?
It depends.
Okay.
You sure about
Okay.
that? It
Like that
depends.
guy have to benefit both of us.
I see how you
Okay.
work enough to benefit.
Yes.
How
That's
will
what-
it benefit you?
But that's what I said
mean, if
earlier.
homeboy
I said
is
it have
a
to benefit
mechanic,
both of us.
if homeboy is a mechanic, then come through my G.
The man is a gamer. That's how I feel. The man is a gamer. You will come through me and him. We go hang out. We go play game together. You know. If the man like grilling, me and him are out there. We grilling. We talking shit.
Yeah. Because in the end,
How is you
three
alone that
people-
benefited from
three
it?
people have to have
No,
a
I'm
link.
I'm not saying that, but they may want somebody who doesn't do the things that you do.
Okay, so you can be a mechanic.
He can be a
Or-
chef. And also good
Yeah,
cook.
he can be a chef. Yeah, he can be a chef. He can be a Michelin star, 5-star restaurant.
He can be a top financial manager. Make mad money.
Accountant. Yeah,
Accountant,
or top banker. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it could just be a very rich person.
Wow.
he could be a basketball player. No, I take that back. I don't know basketball player.
Roger, that reminds
Like
us of
LeBron.
our friends last
No,
night.
I don't know basketball player
Like
because
LeBron.
that man go do things I can't do, and I know that.
Slam dunk.
Anybody who could do things you cannot do.
No, I don't want that man slam dunk in my next. Let's keep it moving. When it's diamond night, I upstairs and I hear mad noises that you never make before.
When you the little spoon, that's when it really sits in.
Oh. Right? Next thing Diamond tell me, go in the middle of the bed when we have to go and sleep at night. Now I in the middle. No. I have to sleep on the. I'm to you. I'm on my side of the bed. I can't charge my phone.
I'm just thinking about it like outside of a vacuum. Like maybe I grew up in Africa or the Middle East or somewhere. Yeah, it could happen.
It's accepted out there. You have your harem kind of thing. Okay. Okay.
I mean, the Bible, the church talking
Wait,
about
but
the
why did
Bible,
you say
but
that? Because you think even if it's something that you wanted to do, like the society like thing would be too great.
I just think it'll be a lot, especially
Yes.
if you are unknown and you're just living on like your 60 acres of land and nobody bothering you, then it's fine.
Right.
But if you have to go in the public eye every day, like teach and photography and whatever else, it's just going to be a nuisance. 'Cause I can just imagine like the boys at school. Hey, sir, I see you have 2 wives. Eh? So how that work is? Yeah, boy, say the boss. Yeah, boys, yeah. Tell them that.
I just have a last. Well, this is not related to this, but just what you said. How does it feel being called sir every day, multiple times a day?
Who say he wasn't being called sir before?
Oh, okay.
I'm used to it.
They say nothing new to him.
Yeah.
He's not new to the game.
Nope. I actually prefer the term master, but
He's
it
used
would
to this,
sound a
not
bit-
new to this. I'm
would sound
to
a
you.
bit weird in school.
So guys, this was a really good episode. It's a really interesting one. Listeners, please share your feelings with us on this whole, these people are polygamous, all right? Because I had to look it up, eh? So polygamy is a man or woman having 2 spouses, 2 significant others. Polyamorous is when everyone in the relationship physically attracted to one another. So everybody have an intimate relationship. In this case, it's not that. It's just the 2 women like the man. They have nothing with each other. So yeah. But it's been a good episode. Please share your thoughts with us on Instagram, Twitter, wherever, however you can reach us. We're always open to hear your thoughts on these topics.
Let us know what you would do.
Yeah, let us know. Are you open to it or closed? It's a yes, a maybe, a hell no. I don't know. But yeah, It's been another episode of the Caribbean Millennials podcast. We're out.
Semi-Rigorati, yeah!
Who's